Massive drama at the Delhi airport with Anil Desai, who was sent in to take the oath of office in the Modi government, being called back by Uddhav Thackeray. Anant, Geete has been locked in a meeting with Uddhav Thackeray. I want to go across live to my colleague Kamlesh Sutar, who tracks the Shiv Sena very closely. Kamlesh, does this now mean that the Shiv Sena will not support the Devendra Fadnavis government in the vote of confidence come the 12th of November?
Seems likely now, Rahul. It's the way Shiv Sena has called Anil Desai back and not decided to be a part of the expanded cabinet of Narendra Modi. The meeting that's going to take place here at the Shiv Sena Bhavan in some time from now, Uddhav Thackeray along with his party legislator might not take a decision in favor of supporting the Devendra Fadnavis government. But what we are learning from our sources is that Shiv Sena might just wait for another day. The problem was not in taking part in the Delhi government. It was all about the dynamics at Maharashtra, the dynamics at the
No, but
state
what
level.
changed? What changed? One second, Kamlesh, I think what you need to put into perspective for our viewers is, why did Anil Desai take off after being told that he would be sworn in as a minister? Because that's what he told our reporters in Mumbai when he was taking off, only to land and to find that the plan had changed. What changed in that 2-hour flight from Mumbai to Delhi?
Well, simply the Shiv Sena was hoping that the last few hours that are left, the Shiv Sena could get in bargain what it was pushing for. But that didn't seem to be work. Shiv Sena President Uddhav in the morning, and Amit Shah, what we heard from our sources is that assured that let the oath ceremony take place, we'll decide about Maharashtra later. But that somehow didn't work with the Shiv Sena. The Shiv Sena wanted concrete assurance from the BJP about the role in the state. What role the Shiv Sena is going to play? Is it going to get a deputy chief minister? Is it going to get the home minister post? Or at least respectable number of ministries? That is 12 ministries in the Devendra Fadnavis cabinet. But that somewhere didn't work out, and the Shiv Sena asked Anil Desai to hold on. Even after reaching Delhi, he wasn't sworn in as a minister. He was asked to come back. And now what we are learning from our sources is that the Shiv Sena may even go further. Anant Geete, another minister in Narendra Modi cabinet from Shiv Sena, is into a meeting at the Mahato Sharif, and he might be asked to put in his papers as well. The Shiv Sena now in a combative mood will have to wait till the meeting that takes place at 4 o'clock.
No, but one second. You can say that the Shiv Sena now is getting into a combative mode. Stay with me, Kamlesh. But Raj, this makes no sense, because you're now getting combative when the spoils of power that you are thirsting for didn't come your way. This is bogus opposition. It doesn't have any credibility.
Now, my sense is that Uddhav Thackeray has played this terribly. You know, initially you say that you call all kinds of names to the BJP. You say Afzal Khan's army. You say, Chaiwala's son, in the belief that the BJP needs you in Maharashtra. Then once the results come out, surely then you could have worked out some kind of a deal. Unfortunately, even after the results came out, the Shiv Sena perhaps had an exaggerated sense of its importance in the Maharashtra context. And I think somewhere that's where they miscalculated. They thought they could put enough pressure through the RSS, they could put enough pressure through other interlocutors and try and put pressure on Narendra Modi and Amit Shah to ensure that they get what they want. Now, that's not going to happen with Mr. Modi. One interesting thing in today's cabinet expansion, where is the second Akali minister? You've just got Harsimrat Kaur. What has happened with TDP? 2 ministers. Please remember, when the Congress was in a coalition government in UPA, they had to accommodate DMK. The whole Raja episode happened because Manmohan Singh had no choice. Karunanidhi could dictate terms. Today, Uddhav Thackeray cannot dictate terms to Narendra Modi. And what many of these allies fail to recognize, this is not an NDA government. This is a Narendra Modi government where allies simply exist on the on the whims and fancies of what the BJP wants at that
Rajesh Pandey is joining us also at this time. He covers the BJP for us. Rajesh, what does Anil Desai going back now mean for the BJP and the Shiv Sena both in Delhi and in Maharashtra? Is Modi prepared for Anant Geete's resignation? Have they already factored that in?
Well, Rahul, we have been saying this for the last 48 hours, that that this politics of giving an ultimatum to BJP doesn't work now. It's a BJP 2.0 led by Narendra Modi and with Amit Shah as its charioteer who's calling the shots in the BJP. Yesterday, Anant Geete was scheduled to meet the Prime Minister. He went there, but the Prime Minister's office simply refused to give him any time, because he was clearly told that if you want to talk about Maharashtra politics, please go and talk to the BJP President Amit Shah. You don't have to come to the Prime Minister to talk about what exactly the Shiv Sena wants. And they have made it it amply clear that, when the time was of the gamble, before the Maharashtra elections, when they did not take any ultimatums or took the gamble of going all alone, I seriously thought, didn't happening. Post once the arithmetic is absolutely in favor of BJP. I think one of the biggest reason, and what we have been hearing from our people in BJP, is that that the Shiv Sena is unable to make up its mind of whether to play it as opposition to BJP in Maharashtra and save whatever political space is left for them, or to actually go ahead, eat the humble pie and make up with the BJP.
If there were 100 people in the Shiv Sena right now, how many would want to be part of the BJP despite all that's happened, and what percentage would say, Ekla chalo, forget it, we don't want to bow and bend so much?
Well, there's a big chunk in Shiv Sena that is opposed to the idea of being part of the government, but there is a sizable number of Shiv Sena MLAs who says they want to be a part of the Devendra Fadnavis government in Maharashtra, and that is perhaps the biggest fear that Shiv Sena had, that if it decides to go against the government, decides to be not part of Devendra Fadnavis government, there could be a split in the party, and some senior leaders in the party have been warning the party leadership of the results that may take place. But Uddhav Thackeray for last few days has been hearing out both the sides, and he himself went in against Anil Desai swearing in today was also the elevation of Suresh Prabhu, who has not been associated with the party for last so many years. He has not had cordial relationship with the Matoshri for last few years, and almost inactive in the party, is elevated as a cabinet minister in Narendra Modi's cabinet. The Shiv Sena here feeling that if the BJP is going to dictate terms upon it, it's the BJP is going to decide who from Shiv Sena will be part of the government. It's certainly not going to work with our party. So, despite taking that risk, Shiv Sena leadership will still today have a word with its legislators on what the mood in the party is, gauge the mood of the party legislators, and what is likely to happen today. They might just choose their legislative party leader today rather than deciding on whether the Shiv Sena will go with the government or sit in the opposition.
Stay with me, Kamlesh. We've got some breaking news coming in at this time. Here's what Headlines Today has been able to learn about the inside story of what led to this massive face-off between the BJP and the Shiv Sena. Apparently, last evening, Amit Shah called up Uddhav Thackeray, and the Shiv Sena was promised 2 full cabinet berths. This is what the Shiv Sena is claiming, that they were told that Anil Desai will be a full cabinet minister along with Anant, Geete, and after 6 months there would be another cabinet expansion in which the Shiv Sena will be given 1 more MOS berth. Which is when Uddhav Thackeray told Anil Desai to leave for Delhi this morning. Uddhav had instructed Anil to call him once he landed in Delhi. This morning, though, there was no confirmation from the Bharatiya Janata Party. Finally, Amit Shah called up Uddhav in the afternoon and told him that the BJP is prepared to give Desai 1 MOS berth, and there would be another MOS berth possibly after 6 months. This was rejected by the Shiv Sena, which is when Uddhav Thackeray called Desai and asked him to return. There's likely to be a MLA meeting of the Shiv Sena at 4 p.m. this evening, after which there will be a press conference which Uddhav Thackeray is likely to address. Kamlesh, what will the mood amongst the Shiv Sena MLAs likely be when they all meet at Matoshri at 4 p.m. this evening?
Rahul, Shiv Sena legislators will be meeting at Shiv Sena Bhavan, where Uddhav Thackeray will himself be presiding over that meeting. The meeting basically taking place just a day before the special session of Maharashtra Assembly will take place, where Devendra Fadnavis will be facing the vote of confidence. Now, this is another tactic by the Shiv Sena to exert pressure on the BJP just 2 days before the vote of confidence on what its role is going to be. Still, the Shiv Sena is holding its cards very close to its chest, not coming up with what its stand is going to be.
One of the problems, Rajdeep, seems to be that Uddhav Thackeray thinks because he's Balasaheb Thackeray's son, he can get away with whatever Balasaheb Thackeray did.
I think that's a good question, because I think Uddhav Thackeray must start recognizing he's not Balasaheb Thackeray. And Narendra Modi is not LK Advani or Atal Bihari Vajpayee. You see, this is a different, there was a relationship. There were the likes of Pramod Mahajan, who had a very good personal relationship with a Bal Thackeray. So whenever there was a problem, and it's not that there were no problems in the relationship, a Pramod Mahajan or a Gopinath Munde would go to Matoshri. There would be a dialogue. What happened a month ago, just before the Maharashtra election? Amit Shah lands in Mumbai. The expectation that the Shiv Sena had, or Uddhav Thackeray had, was that Amit Shah, much like Pramod Mahajan in the past, would come to Matoshri and sort out the relationship between the two when it came to alliance. Amit Shah says he has come for a BJP meeting. Then eventually Uddhav Thackeray had to ring up. You see, somewhere Uddhav Thackeray's political immaturity is coming out, or the fact that he has not understood the changing nature of the relationship. That's exactly what has happened. All these are side shows, and this can only culminate now, given the kind of persons that Amit Shah and Narendra Modi are, in a breakup of some kind. And I think the real message is not just to them. It's to these other allies, because today you've done it in Maharashtra. What stops you from doing it in Punjab?
This compromises the BJP government to some extent, because you're now dependent, Javed, on the NCP. Now here's a government where Devendra Fadnavis all through the campaign said that all the allegations against Sharad Pawar, against Ajit Rao Pawar will be investigated. The moment you're dependent on them to pass the vote of confidence, that immediately compromises what you can do against the NCP.
But this is not the first time something like this is happening. While what you say is 100% correct, but politicians adopt positions depending on where they stand. They will conveniently forget what the NCP had to say about the BJP, or what the BJP had to say about the NCP. Look at what Ram Kripal Yadav used to say. Look what Ramvilas Paswan used to say. He says, "Main zahar ka pyala pee lunga. I prefer a cup of poison rather than support."
No, but there's a difference.
And no, there's no difference.
They've called them opportunists. But here, Devendra Fadnavis, Narendra Modi are trying to establish themselves as men of credibility, as men who are built of a cut of a different cloth.
This
but it shows that they're willing to take support of the NCP also.
This is what all political parties do. Sure. This is what all political parties do. Why do you expect these people to be different?
No, but can I ask who the opportunist is today? Remember, you said, Rajdeep, that Narendra Modi never forgets or forgives. In 2002, when the Gujarat riots took place, it was Balasaheb Thackeray who held Narendra Modi's hand.
Yes.
He was one of the few who supported Narendra Modi despite the fact that several hundred people were killed in those riots.
Yes.
And today, it is the same Narendra Modi who is telling Uddhav Thackeray that I will decide what place you will have in this impending alliance in Maharashtra.
You make a good point, Jyoti, but look at the difference between 2002 and 2014. Today what has happened? In 2002, let's be clear, Balasaheb Thackeray was seen as the strongest leader of Maharashtra. It was a relationship which was almost of equals, at least in the context of Maharashtra. The relationship has changed. Today, this relationship in Maharashtra certainly is a relationship where the BJP dictates terms to the Shiv Sena. And therefore, the Shiv Sena has not been able to come to terms with this reality. Now, this is the new reality. Once the BJP got 123 seats in Maharashtra and the Shiv Sena got half the number of seats, I would have thought that pragmatism would have dictated the nature of the relationship. But there was this whole nature of Marathi Asmita and the way Amit Shah is dealing. And I think somewhere deep down, Amit Shah and Narendra Modi believe in this politics of Ekla Chalo Re. They would like to do it across the country as far as possible. Punjab tomorrow, there is a feeling within the state BJP in Punjab that the Akalis have become a burden on them, that people are voting against the Akali BJP as they did in a general election in the face of a Modi wave only because of the corruption taint.
And they broke in Haryana. In the Haryana elections, they have broken.
My question is this now a sign of the times? You've got 282 BJP MPs. What has today's cabinet expansion been? It's a BJP cabinet expansion. Who is the only person who has gotten from the other side? One is Mr. Chaudhary of the TDP, and I would still say Suresh Prabhu. In my view, Suresh Prabhu was a message to Uddhav Thackeray. You cannot dictate to me who will be my minister. And I know the nature of the relationship. It's a very fraught relationship between Suresh Prabhu and Uddhav Thackeray. Now you've made him a full cabinet minister, and you've not given me any assurances on how many berths I will get. I think it's a recipe for a breakup. Now, if the Shiv Sena still wants to cling on, still wants to compromise.
So despite the RSS which wanted the Shiv Sena and the BJP to come together in Maharashtra, Mr. Modi is saying that this is my government and I will run this country as I want to.
I believe that Mohan Bhagwat also wanted the BJP and Shiv Sena to fight in a pre-poll alliance. That didn't happen. That didn't happen. At the end of the day, Mr. Narendra Modi and Amit Shah got their way. This is a government of Narendra Modi and Amit Shah.
Well, he took a call. He was able to pull it off.
That's right.
He took the BJP to 123. He's been able to form the government. He got the NCP to jump out. completely unexpectedly and say that they will support him. Now they will
Not
vote for
entirely
Fadnavis
unexpectedly.
also.
Not entirely
No, true, but you
unexpectedly.
would have, that the Shiv Sena was hoping that they'd be able to bargain because the BJP fell short. That's when Praful Patel came out and
Shiv Sena has
completely
been
pricked
totally
their bargaining
outsmarted, both by
balloon. I
Modi
need to
as
slip
well
into
as
a
Sharad
quick
Pawar.
break. There's only one man who holds the cards at this time in Lutyens, Delhi, and that is Narendra Modi. And you need to fall in line with his plan, or you need to make your way out. I think Uddhav Thackeray has just got that message.